Okay, everybody. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's your old buddy Wade Squatchmann. It's June 26th, Thursday, 2025. There's my house. There's the garage. The chicken coop is right by the garage, and the wood behind where I live at is where the big people live, and among other things. Then you got this little patch of woods right here. This is my street, Hopton Lane. I live in Leonardtown, Maryland, in St. Mary's County, Southern Maryland. But I wanted to show all the new people watching, all the new subscribers, a little event. I want to talk about a little event that happened to me to show you all things ain't a joke out here. All right, I'm about to cross over in here. Now, this is across my street a couple years ago, and there's people out here that remember when this happened. And they bring it up sometimes. But as you've heard me talk about sometimes, I got not attacked, but I got messed with a skinwalker, and it ain't no joke. So I'm just looking at all these little branches and stuff. But back in here, across the street from my house, is a very squatchy, elemental, dog people, spiritual area. And it's just very, very intense. There's beings back in here that hide and all, but I wanted to show you all something that happened to me back in here. Checking things out as I'm back in here, but there's a little hole under the log right there. You see the hill. See the hill right there, and then you see that hole under there. That's the entrance to something lives in there. But this area here is so thick, you can't go through here if you wanted to. But looks like something's been here. A little goes up, goes down, snap, crackle, pop right there. And when they did it, they probably looked at my house. So this is what happened a couple years ago, and it got recorded. I was standing right here, and I was videotaping like I always do, teaching and all that. And I was faced this way, and I heard a snap. I heard a snap behind me, and something pulled me down, and it pulled me down, and I was laying right here. And I didn't get a look at it at first, but something held me down. But just before I felt something grab me, I heard a snap, like a branch break. So I'm laying here. Something was holding me down, and then I got kind of a look at it, what it looked like. It was a dark being, kind of like in a cloak or something, very oily, very slimy. And my phone, while I was laying down, I started panicking. I started yelling help, and my phone went up in the air like that and landed. And when it landed up like that, straight up. And I have a picture of whatever that thing was looking in the phone. So I believe it was a skinwalker holding me down, because this area, for some reason, I believe there's a lot of old things back in here, a lot of old spirits, and a lot of things that don't realize that they have passed on, and they're doing what they do. But that goes up and goes down. That's the small branch broken right there. So like I said, whatever it did, looked across the street at my house. But to continue the story, that looks like a broken branch set in there, but to continue the story, as I was laying on the ground, I looked over and I saw where that thing was looking in the camera. I will tell you all what it looks like in a second. I felt something lift me up. I felt these two hands under my shoulders. It lifted me up, and I stood up, and I turned around, not realizing that the thing that had looked in my phone and the thing that had grabbed me was gone. But I turned around and looked, and Banwa, the elder Sasquatch, the old 70-some-year-old Sasquatch, she's all gray. I have a picture of her. She allowed me to watch them feed the baby. That happened over in the nursery over there, but she lifted me up. I didn't really see her at first, but then I turned around and she was standing over there. at the edge of my driveway and edge of the woods, and she looked at me and just turned around and walked that way. She was about, I'd say 7 to 7.5 to 8 feet tall, very big. She had breast. That's how I could tell it was a female. She had a kind of like a small snout, and her ears were bigger than normal on a Sasquatch. But she just walked into that area over there and just kind of like just disappeared, just vanished and went. I'd say she walked straight back that way and headed to back to the woods. But I wanted to tell you about an encounter that happened right here. So, let me tell you something. I have dealt with a lot of crazy stuff going in these woods, but I mean, things are out here, but I wasn't harmed, but it scared the living daylights out of me, and something you don't want to experience. So I figured I'd come back in here and videotape to see if anything's looking. A lot of dead stuff back in here. And I do have pictures of things watching me from in here. The neighbors are right over in there across, but Squatches don't care. They'll walk around houses and stuff. I believe the Squatches are getting closer to where we're living at because they're being pushed out of their habitat. But just wanted to give you all an update of just talk about something that happened to me. It was not fun, but I got up and proceeded to get up and videotape the whole thing. There's 2 videos of it on my channel. If you want to find it, you're going to have to find it because I have over 2,300 some videos. But just wanted to bring that to your attention of what happened to me. That's where I was laying. The thing looked in my phone. It was laying there. And to describe what it looked like, if you ask me, I don't know if y'all are familiar with the cartoon character from He-Man, Skeletor, but that's what happened. So let's just walk out of here. I've already felt the tick on me. They will drop on you. If you ask me, I believe ticks drop on you. They feel the heat, but why not walk across here? But I just thought y'all would get a kick out of hearing about what happened to me. It's no joke, and I don't give a crap if anybody don't believe me. You do have skeptics out here that don't believe people who go studying the big people and all this other stuff. But it's okay. Everybody has a right to believe it, what they want to believe in. But thought I'd share that with y'all. Go ahead and walk across here. There's my car. Got to get it fixed. I'm in the preparations of making arrangements to get it taken care of. It will be taken care of. But thought I'd walk and check out the woods just right by my car. There's my chicken coop down there. You can hear the chickens. I'm gonna try to show y'all something. Now, if you look up in there, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but there's a tree up in there that goes up and goes down. It's a snap, crackle, pop squash tree. But there's the gateway, and then there's the fence down there to my woods. Thought I'd make a nice little video today. I can't drive nowhere to go anywhere yet, but and then in my woods, right by my house, look at this. Goes up, snap, crackle, pop, goes down. And that's the name of that tune, y'all. And you got a tree back in there. It looks like it's been pushed, and it's just amazing around here. I went out last night and made a video and had some things looking at me. I got pictures of them. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this encounter video of what happened to me a couple years ago. And I know there's some people out here that remember, and I will be reminded of that. Foggy Mountain Witch remembers all this stuff. I thank her for being a devoted follower, a good friend of watching and teaching and tell me where things are. So let's just check things out. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, keep on squatching. Keep on rocking in the free world. I will talk to you all on the next video. Let's just check out The woods across there from my house are absolutely amazing, but right now there's so many ticks. This is how I live. You got woods across the street where things are. There's the woods behind my house. It's absolutely amazing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, keep on squatching, keep on rocking in the free world like I told you. I will talk to you on the next one. We are out. Thank you for listening and enjoying it. I'll talk to you next. We're out. See you.